It's the technology show where we translate geek into laughing before we speak.
This is called Funny Bunny, by the way. If anyone wants to find a new nail color, it's called Funny Bunny, which my nieces are obsessed with.
Well, we started the show with a funny bunny. Hi, Angela.
Hi.
How was I don't actually want to ask how the budget speech was last week because you weren't with us last week.
I learned.
You went to go and listen.
I went to the federal budget luncheon to listen to our treasurer talk, and I wrote 4 pages of notes, and I was the only person in the room that was making notes, but I felt very excited to be doing that. And how was it? A lot of assumptions have been made. A lot of pats on the back to themselves was happening in the room.
Sounds like a normal day.
And I did not agree with any of it, but then again, that's just me.
Right.
Thanks.
So we get into the technology show.
And they served vegetarian food.
Oh, that's terrible.
Which was I found quite odd.
No, that's terrible.
It was very odd. But anyway.
I mean, like normally they ask you if you have any dietary requirements. They don't just tell you we're going to become vegetarians.
Everyone was a vegetarian for lunch.
Okay, well, I'm glad I wasn't there. I didn't see my invite, but I'm glad I wasn't there.
It was a nice risotto, but, you know.
So for today, on Things with a Z, look at that quickly, straight back into the show.
Yeah, because I got Things with a Z too, and did I not send you a photo of all the coloured Macs?
You did.
I thought of you. I was walking past the Apple store and I went, oh, Brett.
I think I've actually got it here.
Is it your new screensaver?
No, I'm not that bad. So, yeah, that's like, you know, like some people get involved with cars. I'm very appreciative. I actually showed Gail. I don't know where the picture is. You sent it to me. There we go.
Welcome, everyone, while Brett's...
That's the picture. Angela walked past the shop with all the new Macs on.
They were lined up so lovely.
All their beautiful colors. They are beautiful. And I was like, I want every single one.
So we just want to say hello to everybody out there. I hope your day is going really good. This is the technology show.
Yes, we're going to get back into the technology show.
We are going to get back into everything. If you have any questions, you know, we're live. Ask me. I will answer them. Brett.
I just control the questions. I just make sure they appear. So on that note,
Things with the Z.
I love firsts.
Why is Optus pausing?
Well, that's coming soon. We're still over there. So I love firsts. You know that. And I got to review a first. In fact, I brought it in.
It's a phone.
Look how beautiful it is. See, that color in real life compared to what I've got on the screen.
It's electric blue.
It's
I wonder
beautiful,
if we hold it up.
It really is
beautiful. You can kind of see.
So while Angela's doing that, you are holding the new Tcl 5G.
On the back, I don't know if you can see. It's just it is level because I can feel it.
Yeah, it looks like it isn't,
but
right?
It doesn't. It doesn't look it.
It doesn't look level.
It is, but it isn't.
Correct.
It's very technical.
It is. So
what did I do?
Basically, no, it's turned on. So if we do that, it should turn into the screen for you. So while Angela's looking at my shiny electric blue phone.
It is electric blue.
I've spent the week with this bad boy. Now, TCL at the moment, well, not at the moment because this is now launched. So up until yesterday, they had 3 phones. They had the 10 Pro, they had the 10 SE, I think it was, and the 10L. This is the new 20 series that you're looking at now. It's cool, huh? That's 16 megapixels on the front that you're looking at, 64, I think, combined on the back, or 48. 48 is the main snap on the back. But this is the thing. That is a 5G phone that sells for under $500.
5G.
Now, you and I both have these iPhones.
Mine's somewhere.
These are nearly $2,000 phones.
Rich.
Okay. When you take spec for spec, I'm taking Apple off the table.
This Android.
This is Android.
Did you hear that? Brett is taking Apple off the table.
Well, I'm taking the operating system off the table. So you can only get iOS if you buy an iPhone.
Yes.
So when you go out there into the world of other smartphones, which is generally Android.
Yes.
For $499, it's under $500.
Wow.
Okay. It's big. You can see it's a full screen.
Yep.
It is beautiful. It has all the cameras, 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, 5G processor. It has room for a memory card or 2 SIM cards. And it's what, a quarter of the price of an iPhone.
So can you tell me why Apple's ripping us off?
So it's not about them ripping us off. It's about there are certain things. There's the screen quality would be different on our phone. You are paying for iOS, cool. The thing's just going ping, ping, ping,
Makes
ping.
noises.
It's making lots of noises.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, right? If you're not buying an iPhone, you have choice. And when you start looking at the price points, at $499 to get a phone that runs at 5G speeds, you'll get a full day battery out of it. I think it's a 4,500 milliamp battery, so it's a big battery. It is 6 gigs of RAM. It's got a beautiful screen, as you can see. It's very hard to show this on a, like trying to do that. You know, you can't really see the screen quality. I mean, but it's almost edge to edge. I think it's 93% coverage. So the bezel's included.
It doesn't do swipies.
Not that way. It swipes that way. So what you do with Android, you start there, and then you go like that to get all your apps.
Right. There's a lot of apps.
So here's the other thing, though.
So for $500, we're saying it's value for money.
Correct.
If you only need it for basic things and you're not really worried about the App Store.
Well, you still have Google.
It has
you still have all the apps. There's no difference in the apps. I mean, there's some apps that are only available on Apple and there's some that are only available on Android. But here's the thing. The reason why I wanted to do the phone review today is yesterday was the official launch of the L Plus. So they have 3 phones. This is the 5G.
TCL has 3 phones.
TCL's 3 phones in the 20 series.
Right. 5G.
So the 5G at $499, the L Plus at $399.
Right.
And I say the bottom of the range, but there's nothing bottom spec about it. The SE at $299. Now the L and the SE don't have 5G. Okay.
Are they the same shape?
Same size, same shape. In fact, the other 2 that I mentioned have 4 cameras on the back. This only has 3. Okay. So they have more cameras. That doesn't necessarily make it better. Okay. There's a lot of software. There's actually lens technology. This has a 10 times zoom, whereas the other, like the SE doesn't. 10 times optical zoom, sorry. So there would be reasons why you would choose the different devices. If speed is important to you, you play a lot of games, consume a lot of content, etc., you need the 5G. If you're budget conscious, but you still want the big screen and you still want to have a really decent camera, you'd go down to the L Plus, the one that launched yesterday.
So phones are affordable for everybody.
Well, this is the thing, right?
In one shape or form. And the main thing is if you're making phone calls, it doesn't matter whether you're using Android or an Apple.
Correct.
Or anything else.
Correct.
If you want to send a text message, it doesn't make any difference. If you want to take photos with your phone.
There's nothing you can't do on an Android that you can do on an iPhone.
Except that you can save a hell of a lot of money. And if it's 300,
there's also
200.
people that don't want iPhones for various reasons.
Yeah, they're against.
Now you're holding that. Can you feel it has weight?
It has weight.
It actually feels like a really. I mean, if you hold my iPhone, because yours isn't here, they are both well-feeling, heavy-feeling products. Yes.
Yes. This one feels a little bit heavier, maybe.
Well, it's bigger as well. Look at the size.
Bigger.
It's quite a bit bigger.
It is quite a bit bigger.
Bigger battery as well. If you had the big iPhone, it would be the same size as that.
Yeah.
That's the normal 12 Pro.
I don't want that.
So that would be the difference, what you're looking at there. So it's head on with the 12 Pro Max size, but they've built it well. It feels good.
Where do they build it?
Tcl's Chinese.
And
ooh.
Apple builds where? No, I'm just saying.
It's also Chinese.
Huawei.
Chinese.
Yeah. And
Oppo Chinese.
And Huawei is a fantastic product.
It is a fantastic product. It has run into its problems.
Incredible camera features. I mean, when I was in China 2 years ago and I pulled out my iPhone to take photos, they all laughed at me and said, no, you need Huawei.
You need Huawei. So here's the thing, right? TCL sponsors the show. They've been really good to me, but they also appreciate that I'm honest. I have to give this phone a 9 out of 10.
Wow.
Now, the reason I can't give it a 10 out of 10, I'm talking about it as an Android phone. When I'm checking the box for value for money, quality, screen, etc. The one thing it doesn't have is wireless charging. That's the one thing that this phone doesn't have.
I don't care.
Well, this is the thing. A lot of people don't care.
I don't care.
I have a lot of wireless chargers around and I use them.
You have gadgets,
and
right?
That's why I'm a special puppy.
Most likely, people that are going to purchase a phone like this aren't necessarily gadgety.
They would probably give it a 10 out of 10. I'm using that rating in the sense of when they want to make a buying decision and have no buyer's remorse. This is fantastic.
Which one is the Google Nest?
Google Nest is not a phone.
Yeah, but Google, but is
you want to start going home? This one's not connected to the Nest at home. It's a review unit. I know. So Angela wants to basically broadcast to home, Let's see if we can do it on
And
my
make
phone
the
while we're
vacuum
doing-
cleaner work.
Oh, you can do that. That will freak the cat on this wires around. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna let you do that on live show. So
Okay.
back to the TCL
9 out of 10.
25G. I have to give it a 9 out of 10.
9.
I would say, just to put that into retrospect, most of the Android phones that I've played with recently have been 8 or 9s. There's been
like that
certain things
bar.
that
And it's
that's
got
the
the
search
microphone
bar.
on the bar.
Yeah.
I like
Well, that's
that.
part of Android's native software. So that's what makes. I mean, Google's all about
Apple
search,
doesn't.
right?
Apple doesn't have that.
No, but you can just talk to it. You
Apple
can just go,
doesn't
hey,
have
Siri,
that.
or
Apple doesn't have that.
right. So staying with the TCL. If now
Optus
I think,
Pause. Why are we staying with the TCL?
the last thing I want to say
Oh.
is TCL makes TVs. So their screens are TV based. They are designed for content.
Should
They're
I get a
designed to
TCL screen?
Definitely. They're great TVs.
Are they
Actually, compared to a Samsung or a Hisense, very much so. And they
And
come
are
with
they
everything.
smart?
Very, full Android.
But Android.
Well, that's what smart TVs are.
Are they all Android?
They're all Android.
Okay, I didn't know that. Unless
Yeah.
you get Apple TV.
So
That's not-
David will need to get some TCL TVs to review and for Angela to get a TCL
How
TV.
big is your screen,
Up to
Dave?
65, 75, 85. They make big screens.
Oh, wow. I'm in the market for a smart TV because I don't have one.
Well, there we go. So I will speak to David. We'll see what we can do.
And I'm interested in sound, David.
Well,
Gotta-
that you can also hook up sound
It's
bars.
got to look good and it's got to sound amazing.
All right, so we'll see if we can do a review on the TV and you can do the review on the TV. I'm going to leave it there.
Okay.
If you are looking for a new phone and you are budget conscious, but you still want to pack something at $499, you are not going to be upset with us. And if you are really budget conscious, but still want a really good device, you can go in for $299.
And it could be electric blue. You know what?
That is
That's
a
the-
beautiful color. Huh?
That's the
It really
SME
is
TV color.
It's a beautiful color.
It
Look
is
at that.
lovely.
It does. So the screen, the
Doesn't
shot
do
that
it
I've got doesn't
justice.
do it justice. You need to see that metallic.
Yeah.
I was like, I turned the phone over. I was like, wow, that's exciting. Anyway,
I'd want to polish it.
I
all the
am.
time.
I know. I'm going to have to move on.
Let's do an
So we'll
Optus
leave it there.
Pause.
So my app of the week is not there. For what reason?
It's not there.
Oh,
Oh, but look what is.
the SME Mall.
The mall.
Can you buy the phone at the SME Mall, Angela?
Yes.
No,
Oh,
I know. But you can get it at Harvey Norman and Officeworks.
why would you do that?
Because that's the only place you can get it. We don't have it in the mall. So for now, we don't have it in the
We
mall.
don't have
Maybe
it in
one
the
day
mall.
we do.
But you can get
Other
really
cool stuff.
other cool stuff.
There
in
is
the-
other cool stuff in the mall.
in
So
the
this
mall.
was just a punt in the mall, but you can't get the TCL phones in the mall yet.
There's other cool stuff in the
Officeworks
mall.
and
There's
Harvey
other
Norman.
cool stuff in the mall that the technology show has a shop in the mall, and you can get some of the stuff that we review here and use ourselves personally
In the mall.
in the mall.
Yes.
Which mall?
The SME Mall.
.org.
.org. Right.
Right.
What am I doing there? I'm cutting cable. What does a cable do? It gives you?
Connectivity.
Correct.
NBN.
So my app of the week.
Bad NBN.
Optus Pause. Now this, I want you to picture a movie scene. You know when the guy's standing like this holding a detonator in his hand?
Yeah.
He's like wired up and he's about to blow himself up.
Suicide bombing.
Or even if he just got bombs everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And you don't want to shoot the guy because if he lets go of the finger, it's going to blow up. Well, I now go to Cade's room holding my phone with that app open like you see, and I go, my fingers on the button. And you've never seen fear in a person's face.
Because you're pausing
like I played.
connectivity.
This is an incredible app. You have to be on Optus. Okay, you have to be an Optus subscriber. Now, my cell phone's on Optus, and I have Optus 5G at home. So we're connected through Optus. You see at the top there it says Manage Devices?
Yeah.
Okay. Mine will say 7 because we've got our iPads, our iPhone, our internet, every blah, blah, blah.
Google Nest.
The idea, everything that's connected to the internet, including our actual phones and iPads that have Optus SIM cards.
Yep.
This was designed for family time. You pause everything
Wow.
so you can turn your devices off and have family time. I use it to threaten my son. I go.
Brett uses it as a form of disciplinary action.
Correct.
On his teenage son.
So here's the thing.
That's torture.
It works so
You
well.
could get reported. That's
so
abuse.
you know what I did? I turned it on for you can change that. I turned it on for 5 minutes just to show him that I wasn't playing.
Yep.
Right. So I went bang. Then I wanted to undo it because I realized I've paused myself now as well. I mean, I'm offline. And it wouldn't let me undo it. We sat there for 5 minutes, literally watching the countdown timer going.
So if you
It
choose the
kills
time, that's
everything.
it.
It's gone. So
Oh, I like
now it's fantastic. And I had to make it my app of the week. again, you need to be on Optus, but there's what 5-6 million people on
So
Optus.
you download.
It's part of the Optus app. It's actually built into the Optus management app that every Optus client has.
Right.
It works so well, and it's so much power. Like I've always said, the phone's power. I literally feel like I'm a superstar in a movie. I'm on the button.
So
don't make me push it.
If you are with Optus, the moral of this story is you are the boss. You control the connectivity at home if you want to.
Well, you do. So look there. Someone's Tessa just popped up saying, in my area there's NBN, but of course mine is slower, and the winners Optus gave me a speed upgrade. No difference. Look, the NBN still controls that, Tess. So Optus and everyone else decides how much you get of it at what speeds. But if you're getting it from the NBN, you're getting it from the NBN. I'm on 5G, so I get it direct from Optus, and my speeds do vary as well. But here's the thing: you can manage the devices. I figured out afterwards. I've taken my device off the list. So if I kill connectivity in the house, the internet goes off, the Apple TV everything goes off.
But the device that
even Gail's phone goes off.
But the device you've removed.
But the device I use doesn't go off, so I've still got the home.
But don't tell Kate that.
No, I did tell Kate that. But he can't. Well, I killed the bell. So that's my app of the week. That's Things with a Z. It really is fun. I must say, I do like it. What do we got next? Business tech news. Ooh, Bitcoins or cryptocurrencies. So, very interesting.
China has their own.
No, well, even if they do, they can't possibly, because they've now banned trading, holding, and transacting in crypto. Not theirs.
But they are going to only allow theirs.
They're going to have their own coin, but that's still going to be governed by them, right?
Yes.
So what's quite interesting, though, is that, the whole world and the whole China fight and everything else, equally, since that's happened, America and Australia have now both opened inquiries into crypto. Now, they want to now have it regulated. They want to now make sure they can get their pound of flesh, obviously. But the whole thing with crypto, I don't know if you've been following this last week, Elon Musk spoke about taking crypto and buying crypto, and he bought crypto, and the price went from like 30 to 70 in a week. Then he realized how much energy is used to mine crypto. So he said, that's it. We're not taking crypto anymore at Tesla. And it plummeted $40,000.
Wow.
One man, okay? And then he said, okay, hold on a second. There are potentially green ways of, or more energy efficient ways of mining crypto. Went up $20,000. I personally would not buy anything in cryptocurrency as a measure of wealth.
It's a dangerous.
It's a roller coaster.
Dangerous economic hazard there that there can be power in a comment that way.
Well, that's what worries me, right?
But then again, the share market has often been influenced that way.
I agree, but the problem with crypto is that there's nothing behind it. All it takes is a powerhouse like America and Australia, for that matter, to turn around and say, we're doing an inquiry. Now, all these people that have moved their wealth into crypto to try and avoid, and I'm not saying they're avoiding it, they're being clever investors. Let's be politically correct, they're in trouble. Because now all of a sudden they have to make. Now here's the other thing.
It's also a vanity investment.
Here's why I wanted to bring this up today. We've got 1 month to go to the end of the Australian financial year.
Correct.
So we're going to get some good sales soon, end of financial year sales. It's exciting times ahead. If you bought crypto now and it rallied for the month of June, so let's say it went from where it's currently 50 back up to 70 and beyond. Let's say it at 100. Okay. And you've got all this money, and on the 3rd of July, new financial year, it just plummets. You're still liable for all the money that you made, the profits that you made, because you put $30,000 in. It's now worth $100,000. You've lost $70,000 the next day. Government doesn't care about your losses. You can only carry that forward in the next year, but you've got to pay the tax on that $70,000 you made.
Only if you make it, though.
But you did make it in the last financial year.
Only if you cashed it in. If you don't cash it in, you haven't made it.
But at that point, that's what your balance sheet was.
But you haven't realized it. No, that's not how tax works.
Well, I hope not, because that would be a big concern.
No. It doesn't work like that. You don't declare. You only declare income earned.
Okay, so what happens if they do declare it as earned?
You can only declare earned income when it has been realized.
Okay. So that's fine. Because that's something I was thinking of now. Is
on your share portfolio.
Okay, so it's only if you earn.
You've got to realize it. Okay. So you have to sell it.
So they're fine.
So if you sold it, and you made $70,000 profit.
Okay. Right? Oh, well, let's use that scenario.
And
you put that into crypto. and then on the 3rd of July it crashed.
Yeah.
You still got to pay the tax on the 7 you made that you don't have anymore.
Not necessarily.
Okay. So I'm not a tax accountant, clearly.
Yeah.
But
not necessarily.
what worries me is that if the government does get access to the rails, the thing that controls, or in this case, the blockchain, it'll be very interesting to see who's been hiding what and how. What else do I have?
It's only interesting if they tell us.
Well, who tells us?
If the government tells us what they discover. Otherwise.
Yeah. So someone asked me about this.
Yeah.
The little Apple AirTag. Okay. So I'm going to start off with, I like AirTags. I like the concept. I like the tracker. There's been a lot of news on the TV about how people could track you for the wrong reasons, stalkers and that. I think Tess actually sent me a message during the week saying what I think of AirTags. I thought I'd bring it up on the show. You know, any technology can be used for bad.
Okay. How do you get an AirTag?
You walk into an Apple store and you buy it, or you can order online and even customize. You can have all your emojis.
Okay, and it's
the size. I'm trying to think. I haven't carried coins for a while. It's
20 cents, 10 cents.
No, like the $2 coin, 10-cent coin. Something.
That's
it's
quite
small. It's. I'm doing that.
And
it's the
what
size.
is the point of an AirTag?
Right. So the point of an AirTag is I'm going to give you some of the simple use cases. You put them on your keys. Okay. In fact, let me show you. So there's these two little things, which is what I got for my AirTags. These are from Belkin. There's lots of third-party accessories. So the one you can see is a traditional keyring fob.
Yep.
The other one is more like a loop. So the keyring fob, you put the AirTag inside the keyring fob.
Yep.
Okay. And you put that in your keys. Now you can't find your keys.
But
so
you
go
can
onto
find the
app
AirTag.
and you find the AirTag because you've called it keys. The one that this little picture over here, this fob as such, that's a loop. So now you take your kid's backpack and you loop that around the backpack and you just tie it through because you can't put a keyring on it. It's also got an AirTag inside. It doesn't come with AirTag. You buy these from Belkin, but not with an AirTag. You got to buy the AirTag separately. But you put that in the bag. You can now track your kid. You can see where your kid is. More importantly, your kid leaves his bag or her bag on the bus. Their bag on the bus. Them, they, him, etc. You could track the bag.
Yep.
So you could add it to anything that has value.
Yeah.
Okay. Ladies, your husband apparently not value, but you could put a tag on him as well. So where the concerns have come around is that people might drop an AirTag into your child's backpack.
Yep.
You know, now they can see where your child lives. Now they can track your child. Yes and no. Yes, it does track because that AirTag is linked to that bad person. But if an AirTag comes into an environment like your home and it's not linked to your home or your app, you get an alert saying there's a foreign AirTag.
Wow.
And that AirTag is then, you can find it, you can deem it, you can call the authorities and they can backtrack it.
Right.
So as I said at the beginning of the segment, all technology can be used for good and evil. I mean, we've talked about where you could have a pacemaker that could be, you could get killed via your pacemaker.
Yeah.
Because using Bluetooth, you could come in. Does that mean we should stop having pacemakers?
No.
You know what I mean? So
no,
I think the people that are going to go against AirTags.
But AirTag is an actual physical tracker.
It is a physical tracker.
That's what it is.
So where the one point, and I'm going to talk specifically about children because children is obviously a very touchy subject. The people in the know and the people that are worried about privacy and specifically the privacy of children, I think they've kind of reached out to Apple and said, okay, it's all good and proper that we have an AirTag in your vicinity that you don't know about, but it takes like a day until it identifies. They think it should be an hour. You know what I mean? They're saying that it should be quicker, that you're alerted to the fact that there's a bad or a tag that's not part of your tagging family, which I agree with. And I'm sure within an update's time, we'll have that ability. Remember, Apple's going on a huge privacy drive at the moment.
Well, that's why I always find it interesting, Brett, how they produce these things, but they don't do a lot of, consumer secret shopper consultation. And Tess has made another comment there, which I can't see. But apparently it's not working properly. The alert doesn't always come through. There are more concerned about domestic violence.
So that goes with the kids
like
as well.
If you get an AVO or kids or anything like that, that's
a real thing.
It's a real community problem, right?
It is, but I think equally, and again, I'm always going to be the glass half full kind of guy here. If someone has put a tag in there and we know we can track that tag back to the device through the authorities, right? That's going to go to court as proof. That's going to go to court. That's saying, so we might actually be able to get that person off the street.
Yeah,
who
but it doesn't.
Was just sitting following children home.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
I hear
stop.
you.
Yeah, look, you know,
there's always good. There's good.
We want intervention, right? We're talking about privacy, and people have privacy issues, and then we want the authorities to be able to intervene. But again, where does that privacy?
Look, I'm on the fence. I am. As I said, that's why I'm looking at the Belkin accessories. I'm definitely going to get one for my bag.
Yep.
Because if I lose my bag with all the toys that I have inside there, I'm going to be very bleak. Gail definitely. So we have a nickname for Gail at home. Where's my? Because all you hear when she walks down the passage, where's my phone? Where's my keys? Where's my wallet? Where's my this? So I'm going to just throw AirTags everywhere.
What, you're going to get her like 50 AirTags?
Yeah, I'm just going to put one in her handbag, one in the keys. The problem that with Gelda, and I'd have to have it on my phone, is she can't find her phone to get the app to find her keys. So I'm going to be doing it for her.
This is not a put down Gail segment.
No, this is just a good use for AirTags. So
anyway,
that's.
So you're just talking to us about AirTag news.
Yeah, well, as I said, someone asked me to discuss it. I did some research. I was quite excited to find these accessories because, once you've got it, what do you do with it? Like, because you can buy Apple accessories as well. Belkin is a preferred supplier of Apple. In fact, I own lots of Belkin things.
They do a great job.
They do a great job.
I like their keyboards for iPads.
Correct. Right. So what else do we have? Ooh,
you've got a real Google day.
I have got a Google. So here we go. You see the difference between an Apple fan and a Google fan. Google fans and Microsoft people for that, I'll paint them with the same tile brush. They always bash Apple. Here's an Apple fanboy that's going to talk about Google and all the Google things. You see how, because
I don't bash Apple.
Tech. I didn't say you did. You've got an iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Google R/O. That's their
Google
I-O off to work.
I-O.
It's their developers conference.
Join us. Oh, that's why
it was last week. So they did it online.
Geeee.co/IO.
Yeah, you'd be able to go and watch some of the videos on it. It's like Apple when they announce their products and that. Google I/O is more about the software and the software updates that are coming.
Yep.
They always announce their new updates and so on. There were 3 that I wanted to look at that were really interesting. So the first one, there's lots of, so if you don't have an iWatch, you get an Android watch. It runs a thing, the software is called Wear OS, like Wear.
Yeah.
Not Wear, is
W-E-A-R.
W-E-A-R,
Yep.
Wear, yeah. It's not great. And Google admit that themselves, okay? Wear OS has always been wanting, for lack of a better, and to defend that statement, I'm not bashing it because I have an Apple Watch. Samsung, who's the biggest maker of Android hardware, have developed a software called Tizen. Their watches run on Tizen, not Wear OS. Still integrates with Android.
Yeah.
And so much so, Google is actually taking from Tizen to update Wear OS.
Samsung has an amazing product range. I mean,
well, this is the thing. So what they have
I looked at their bendy phone.
Oh,
I looked at it.
At the moment that I say Tizen, you've seen that advert, and it starts to go, okay, I'm not going to sing. However, they have listened. And this was a developers congress. So they listened to their developers. They are going to increase the battery life on their Wear. So Wear OS will be a lot lighter on battery. It will be faster because it's very clunky. I've played with a few Android watches and I've yet to see one. And they've taken a note out of Apple's page. YouTube, which is their music platform, will now be available on the watch. So you'll be able to download YouTube music onto the watch. So when you're running and things like that, you'll be able to have the music directly inside Wear OS. Now, the reason I put that watch up, Anja, because I could have chosen anyone, right?
Yeah.
That's the Mobvoi. I think I'm pronouncing it right. M-O-B-V-O-R. And that's available in the SME mall.
In the mall?
In the mall, Angela. I've been dying to do that. I was like, I look at the screen earlier.
You put it in the mall, but you didn't exactly talk it up. So
No. There's a place for Wear OS. People that have Android watches, Android phones use Android watches. They don't. In fact, we reviewed a Sunto a few shows ago. It's a fantastic watch. It runs on Wear OS. Just Wear OS has never been as good as Apple Watch.
It's very masculine looking.
No, you get female versions as well.
But
there's a screenshot there that you can see. There's a very nice female version in rose gold.
But it looks watchy.
It is what
not like an Apple watch.
The reason I put Mobvoi up, besides the fact
because Samsung is round, they have a round face.
Well, these have round, and I think they make a square one. But but this is a very interesting brand. They have a brand called Tick. So they make Tick watches, Tick earbuds, very affordable. And I actually bought one many years ago when they went into Indiegogo or Kickstarter or whatever. So I've always known about the brand. So there's a link on our website. You could just type the word watch.
So how much are they?
I don't know. There's various. They go from like $70, I think, up to $400.
Wow, very affordable.
Yeah. So
because you could spend like $2,000.
we do have a watch in the mall.
Well, we're expanding our merchandise range.
So I'm going to carry on with Google I/O.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. Type Mobvoi, type watch, and you'll be able to see it. You know that sign, right?
Yeah.
That's location. So the next big thing that came out of
conference,
Google I/O.
Yep.
Now I have to stay here. You've heard me say it before. The one thing I can't stand about Apple is Apple Maps. It's terrible. I actually go, hey Siri, open Google Maps. Like that's my shortcut. They have really, really enhanced maps even further in this new version. I was watching some of the videos. The pictures, the detail of showing this, when you drive using Google Maps, it shows you in red, like if there's an traffic
issue
ahead.
Yep.
Now it's going to start doing things like if you're nervous about driving in an area, you can tell Google that in map settings and it will avoid those areas. And I've driven in some dodgy areas of my life. I mean, I come from South Africa. You don't want to land up in the wrong place.
But not here.
Not here. I did in Philadelphia. I landed up in West Philly. You don't want to go to West Philly. So that's a great feature. They're also looking at more enhancements of indoor.
Yep.
In fact, it was on the news last night here. Some of our train stations will now have indoor mapping in Street View. So you'll be able to see where things are, which is really good for people that have disabilities.
Yeah.
They need to know where to get on
if you want to plan ahead.
Correct. So from that point of view, they're really spending money on maps.
Parents with prams, or if you've broken a leg and you're in a cast and you're on crutches or something like that.
The easiest points to get in that. Yeah. So, what I'm really excited about is, or like so, where I'm impressed with Google, they've already got a winning product, and yet they still spending time and money.
They care
making it better. They haven't just gone, oh, we made it.
But if they don't make it better, then someone else will come along.
Yeah, and that's the point, is that they're making sure that they stay at the top,
and they're making sure that there's miles and miles between them in a competition.
Really, really good product. The last thing that came out of Google I/O that I think is worth mentioning,
Android 12,
which is codenamed Snow Cone. I don't know if you do know this, but every one of their releases is a food.
Yum.
And it's always alphabetized.
Oh.
So I can't remember back to A.
So we're up to S?
So we're up to S.
What happens? That's it? Start again?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Start again.
We have to stick around for a few more years.
A2.
So, we had like H was honeycomb, and then we had, I think it was cookies, and I don't know. I don't follow the
so Android 12 is snow cone.
So Android 12 has come out. I think they're going a little bit Apple-esque here in what some of the things that came away. They're going to redo the whole home screen. It looks pretty for what they've done. Apparently September, October, we'll start seeing Android 12. So I'll review it on the TCLs. I'll update it when it comes out.
But the Android 12 of what?
Android 12, that's their version.
Of a phone?
No, that's the operating system. So we're on 14 on iOS, they're on 12.
So will this have Android 12?
Yeah, that will upgrade to 12 when it's ready.
What's going to look different?
So the whole screen will be more about you being able to customize it, which is what Apple's done already. The one thing I think was quite cool is the TV menu browsing. So when you're sitting watching TV, you've got to turn on, it needs a fingerprint. So there we go.
Where's the fingerprint?
In the on button's a fingerprint reader.
Oh,
in there.
You didn't say that.
And Face ID. So, well, my face, not yours. So, when you're watching TV and you want to see what else is on, you'll be able to bring the menu up on your phone, so you can still have full screen. You don't have to go small screen while you're scrolling the menu. You can just pick up your phone, scroll through, and then when you select it, will change the TV. So even if you don't have a smart TV, just a Chromecast will do that, which I've got a Chromecast that's linked to mine because I use Apple for everything else. So that's quite a nice feature. You'll be able to unlock your car with Android 12. So if your car has Android Play, like their version of car, and you've got the app linked to your phone, when you approach your phone, you'll just be able to unlock. You won't need to push buttons or anything. It will unlock for you.
You're pushing a button.
No, you're not doing anything.
You're pushing a button. What? Because it
just
senses?
Just because your phone gets in proximity, yeah. So that's a very Tesla type thing. Tesla does that. But now every car that has car or Android Play, Android Auto in it
I think we're kind of taking things too far.
The problem though that I have,
Yeah.
and this is why I'm an iPhone user,
Yeah.
is every single phone manufacturer puts their own UI on, user interface. TCL has theirs, which is very stripped down, by the way, very nice and clean and neat.
Yep.
Samsung has their own, everyone has their own, which is referred to as bloatware. They add all their own little apps. Like Samsung has an assistant called Bixby. I think they finally retired it. That's bloatware. It takes up more space. It has to be there. It just doesn't work. Whereas with you don't have that choice on iOS. You get what Apple gives you, and then that's it. So bloatware on older phones can cause performance issues.
Right.
That's a problem.
Usually the older versions of anything is performance issues.
There's the bell. So we went
But
there.
I'm right.
You know, you can get adult toys in the SME mall as well, by the way. There's an 18+ section. Moving swiftly along.
Not in the technology show, you can't.
Well, I haven't reviewed any of those, no. But yeah, so it is coming out in September, October. Pixel will get it first, which is Google's own phone. And then obviously
it'll roll it out.
To roll out. So probably January, March.
How often do they roll out their updates?
Okay. No, every year we get a new OS, the same as our phone.
Right.
Our phone will announce it normally in September, October. They do it now at I/O, so they roll it out in September and October. So I'll do a review of it when it comes out. Oh, we're there. We're at the end of business.
We are, and we are getting close to the end of the show. So yeah. I didn't have any business news or tech news this week.
I did.
I did, but I forgot.
Oh, what did you have?
I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
I forgot.
So,
my screen protector is cracked. Do I need to change it? I'm going to go with yes.
Okay. Well, you'd be surprised. So, first of all, you've seen people when they have cracked screens, right?
Yeah.
But some people actually have screen protectors on, and the screen protector's cracked. The reason I'm going to say yes
and not
is
the
that,
screen. Can you have a cracked screen protector and not a screen? I wouldn't think so.
No, the screen won't crack. That's the whole idea. So I think with this question, and I'm going to get to it now, they're talking about the solid screen protectors. They're almost like a glass, right?
Yep.
So it's solid. So that takes the impact and it cracks.
Yep.
And all the energy is dispersed, so it protects your screen. So there's two reasons you should change the screen protector. One, the impact or the ability to absorb the impact is now gone because it's been shattered.
It's done its job.
Right.
Yep.
The second thing is...
It's like when your airbag deploys.
Correct.
It's deployed.
It's deployed. But those pieces or that crack are very sharp. It's not safety glass. So you can you're moving your finger like this on your screen, you're swiping. You could actually cut yourself.
You can do boo-boo.
Now, you won't see this on my phone, even if I put it right up on the camera. I use a screen protector from a company called Zag. And this is the invisible shield. And the reason why I'm talking about this one, if you put your finger on there and feel, it feels soft. You actually use your nail.
It does.
So this is not glass. This is a soft, almost film. It does exactly the same thing. It takes the impact. The difference is, though, it's self-healing. So it won't crack when it takes impact. And if it gets a scratch, like, for example, you've got in your handbag and your car key goes along it, it stops the screen from scratching, but it takes the scratch and it kind of self-heals over time as well, because it's magic-y, gooey stuff. I'm not doing any justice to Zag.
It's
but you can
spongy.
feel with your nail. Yeah, you can
it's
feel.
Spongy,
it's
squeezy.
It's actually like
wait, I'm just
soft.
having a look at Brett's emails.
Oh, I'm getting messages.
Hi,
there.
Brett.
Yes.
Thanks for getting in touch. This all looks like a great platform. Well done.
Oh, that's about the SME Mall. Well, thank you. Okay, give me the rest of my emails alone. All right, it's in the show. Okay,
Gail's been talking to him on WhatsApp.
So basically, the one that I have, this invisible shield.
You've had 2 text messages.
Fantastic. I've got a virtual PA. Well, she's not virtual. She's sitting right here.
2 Instagram notifications.
2 Instagram. I'm a busy
You've got an upcoming event.
Angela, we need to finish the show.
30 notifications on Otter.
So to the question, do I need to change my screen protector? Yes. The simple reason for putting it on was to protect your screen. It's done its job. But
how do you get it off?
You just peeled it off.
Will
now,
it
what
peel
I was
off?
Yeah. So what I was going to say is, if you go to any of the big outlets, you can get the Zag one that I use. It's called an invisible shield. But if you have a phone, so for example, the TCL, You won't be able to buy a ready-made and cut TCL screen protector.
You have to buy a big one.
No, you go into an Optus or Harvey Norman, one of these type of places. They have a machine that cuts it out for you, and they stick it on. So Zag. Z-A-G-G, Zag. You can Google it, zag.com.
We did a review, didn't we?
I did do a review.
I like Zag.
It's still on. Cool. Yeah, it's still, and it feels nice, right?
Where do you buy Zag from?
Everywhere. JB Hi-Fi, Harvey.
I went. How come I didn't have that option?
For what, your phone?
Yeah.
I'll get you one.
Zag.
I'll get you one, I promise. Then, are there any other questions? Let's see. Where's my mouse?
Why is there no phone charger and headset with
I know who
iPhone?
asked that question. Okay, I'm going to give you the Apple official answer to that question. There are so many chargers lying around at home that in order to reduce our carbon footprint, as Apple, we have taken a decision not to include a charger in the box so that there's no more electrical waste. The reason they didn't include the wired headset, I'm just doing the Apple official. The reason we didn't include the wired headset is so many people have moved to wireless headset, like I do. So therefore, we can reduce the waste, which means we can make our packaging smaller, which also reduces waste.
And then make you spend now, $300 or $500 on a pair of earbuds.
$499. The TCL came with a charger, cable. It didn't come with a headset, but it even came with a cover. It's got a clear cover. So Apple, I'm sorry, I do love you as a brand, but I'm going to say it as well. Bullshit.
Your customer experience.
Yeah, that was a cop-out. That's the iPhone 12 that used to, iPhone 12.
Because we all need the wired headset.
Look, I must be honest, I don't use them.
It doesn't run out of charge.
I don't
It's a good emergency thing.
I personally don't use a wired headset. I've got wireless headsets.
We've all got earbuds.
But the official statement.
And you wear out chargers. You wear them out.
Yeah, it doesn't wash.
You have to buy them. That's what they just want to make money. They've done a cash flow projection on their software, and they're plugged in.
Let's say
I have thought about it.
Let's say even if it costs $2, right? Let's say it's $2.
What's your passcode?
I'm not going to tell my passcode. Let's say it costs you $2, right, for a charger. How many million iPhones do they sell?
Put your finger on it.
I'm going to get spammed or framed any second. How many iPhones do they sell? 20 million, 30 million, 500 million? I don't know. Well, 500 million. Are we doing a test? Okay, we're live on TV. And now they're saving all that money. So the Apple shareholders are going to benefit from that. I think that brings us to the end of our show.
Is there Apple shareholders?
Apple shareholders.
Have you got Apple shares?
I do.
I was going to say.
Don't you?
So listen, peeps. If you have any questions, you need to send them in and we will answer them.
Yes.
And if Brett can't answer them, there is no answer.
Wow. Okay. Yes.
But I'll make something up, so don't worry about that. You'll get an answer.
Nice.
Right.
So we're going to, that's
and
it.
If you have any tech news of your own, you should tell us.
How many, before we ring off, how many phones does Brett have in his bag? That should be a question worth a prize.
That's a competition.
No one would get the answer. I'm probably embarrassed to tell
a competition question.
I'm actually not going to answer that question because it's embarrassing.
How many? You can win a phone from Brett's bag if you know how many phones are in Brett's bag. So the question is, how many phones are in Brett's bag? And if you guess it, you get it.
Okay, for the rules of the competition, does that include the phone that I carry as well that's not in my bag?
If you guess not your main phone.
Okay.
That's not in your bag.
So
that's
just
in
how
your
many
pocket.
in my bag? Okay, that's fair.
What's in the bag? Don't Forrest Gump.
Doesn't Forrest Gump have shares in Apple too? Yeah, I think he did. Right, we're gonna have to sign off. So until next time, keep your screens and the TCL 5G20 electric blue shiny, clean, and your knobs
shiny, clean, shiny.